play materials, they learn to do play. So they can play using these clockworks, identifying color, shape.
Logo bicycle.
You're all very welcome to the 7th CBR Africa Conference. It has been quite a while since we met, and it was worth that we meet again. We are going to share information, we are going to share knowledge, we are going to learn from one another. And I believe that based on what we have on schedule, all of us in our various strengths will have something we are taking home at the end of the day. I can't thank you enough, but thank you very, very much to make this happen. God bless you, and I hope you have a lovely time. Thank you.
And now to introduce Professor Sally Hartley. Our partnership with Sally first began in 1998 when she was lecturing on CBR at the Institute of Child Health in London. We started by funding her work with students from East Africa, and then in 2001 we were introduced by her to the CAN African Network. Because CBR has changed into something so cross-sectional, embracing health and education, social services, etc., there was a proposal to change its name to Community-Based Inclusive Development, CBID. I spent a lot of my career defining what CBR is. Now the name has changed, and CBR and CBID are used interchangeably. There is confusion. We need to understand if they're the same or if they're different. And if they're different, how are they different? CAN is an organisation that needs you. It cannot exist without you. On behalf of Chris and Sally, we wish you a happy and fruitful conference. Thank you.
Yeah. The main question for reflection is how the community-based rehabilitation and CBID community make use of the Community 2030 agenda. This is the first CBR conference, post-COVID CBR conference on the continent. And COVID taught us that community matter, community support matter, informal and formal systems of support are both important. Social protection, formal and informal, are vital to the well-being of persons most at risk, including family caregivers of people with complex support or health needs. The Human Rights Council adopted a UN resolution on support and care. The UN General Assembly is also expected to adopt a resolution in this topic this year. We can improve care and support the work we do alongside partners in the field. We can promote the participation of persons with disability from the Global South community-based organization in the processes related to the care and support agenda. Thank you very much.
This year marks the 23rd anniversary of the CBR Africa Network in its birthplace, Uganda. This emphasizes a pivotal moment in advancing disability inclusion across Africa as well as globally. The CBR Africa Network, CAN, has an important role to play, and we must strongly support it. As CBID is the ideology for the future, I also invite all similar networks in different geographical regions to properly communicate with each other so that we can exchange and transfer experiences, expertise, programs from one geographical location to the other. In my opinion, as an expert, the path of your community-based inclusive development strategy is logical and evolving, which makes it right and most appropriate path for developing countries, medium and poor countries, not only in Africa, but in the whole world, to be able to reach people with disabilities within their smallest communities, to serve them with the framework of their community. The strength of the community-based inclusive development of the abilities of persons with disabilities in order to reach their full potential and valuable participation in their communities is but a practical translation of the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
Uganda developed its first CBR strategy in 2002 and was among the first African countries to adopt a global community-based rehabilitation approach in 1979. As a strategy for timely disability identification, assessment, rehabilitation, and general improvement in the well-being of persons with disabilities. Uganda is one of the model countries that has done very well in the development of different policies that are aimed in equalization of opportunities for persons with disabilities within their communities. CBR was initially a strategy for increasing access to rehabilitation services in resource-constrained settings, but now it's a multi-sectoral approach working to equalize opportunities and social inclusion of persons with disabilities, while combating the perpetual cycle of poverty and disability. The conference is in the form of a plenary session, including keynote speeches on the great affirmative action achievements for persons with disabilities, parallel versions and side events on specific topics for persons with disabilities by different participants according to the sub-themes. It's also a hybrid in nature, having both physical and online attendance.
Honourable members of Parliament, both from Uganda and the rest of Africa, I'm seated with Honourable Joseph Musanje. He's the Member of Parliament from Zambia. Let us clap for him. As you may have heard or read, it is not by coincidence that Uganda was the first country in Africa to host a similar conference in 2001, that is 23 years ago. Since 1986, the government of Uganda has been purposive when it comes to affirmative action for persons with disabilities. Uganda has championed the CBR strategy based on several considerations, but key among them is the fact that the strategy resonates well with African values and norms. In Africa, we promote a human rights-based model of offering rehabilitation services through homes or community-based outreaches. I salute leaders of persons with disabilities at different levels for their resiliency and constant reminders to the duty bearers on their obligations to promote disability inclusion. I hereby declare this Africa CBR conference officially open for God.